But just before we sort of finish, is there what what are your hopes for sort of and expectations? Are they any different to what I've been saying? With the 2022 World Cup. Do you think it'll get through that group? Do you think that we might be seeing a Malian team at the World Cup for the first time in next year?
I think it's a possibility. I agree. I think it's a very exciting time for Mali. Um, at the international level, like you said, Bissouma could be moving to Arsenal, but I think recently Graham Potter said something about how we have to enjoy the time that we have left with him. So he's definitely going to go to a big club soon, and that's going to be an exciting move wherever he goes. I spoke to Mamadou Wad, and he said he hasn't even reached like 60% of his potential. So whichever team he goes to, they're going to have a very good player. But then you also have Haidara, who was very good for Salzburg in the Europa League when they reached the semi-finals.
Yeah.
And he's had some injury problems, but he's come through that. And I think he's been one of Leipzig's best players this season, performing in the Champions League. I mean, that goal against United was a sublime finish, and he's got a deadly, deadly, lethal shot on him, which I think he modelled. I saw an interview where he said he modelled that on Steven Gerrard. So that's an interesting one. And then also someone like Sékou Koïta, I think he's very underrated at Salzburg. A lot is talked about Patson Daka, and he's always linked with moves to bigger clubs. But Sékou Koïta is a sublime talent, and he's been excellent in the Champions League this season. And I think only yesterday there was a statistic about how he scored. He has a better goal per minute ratio than Erling Haaland this season. So
There's
that's
definitely something there. Yeah.
yeah. I think Erling Haaland had like scored a goal every 62 minutes, and Koita has scored a goal every 60 minutes of uh, like games he's played in the Austrian Bundesliga, which is just incredible.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a bit of a madness, isn't it? Because everybody when Erling Haaland broke through at Salzburg, everybody was sort of raving, ranting and raving, and I think that was partly because he was just this robotic, huge 6'4" speed demon who just seemed to finish everything he touched into a goal. But Koita is so much more than that, isn't he? He's capable of playing as a number 10. I believe when he joined Salzburg, he was a number 10, but he's been sort of molded into this little cannonball of a striker whose link up is excellent. His relationship with Patson Daka on the pitch has been very good. And I think very much in the same way that Daka was sort of, he was scoring very well when Haaland was there, but he was very much second fiddle to him. And then as soon as Haaland left, Daka then sort of took up the mantle. Sékou Koïta is now fulfilling that Daka role in that, eventually when Daka moves on, which I think we can all assume is an inevitability at some point. Sékou Koïta could potentially fill that role. I mean, not that there are a shortage of options at Salzburg, to come through. There's Karim Adeyemi as well, of course, and there's Junior Adamu as well. With Sékou Koïta, I just think when we saw him at it'll have been the Under-20 World Cup in 2019. It was the first time that I'd really got the chance to watch him consistently because he'd been on loan at Wolfsberger in Austria as well as Liefering, and he just seemed like this player who had nobody had discovered yet, and then obviously you find out that he's already owned by Red Bull Salzburg, and you think, oh, I've missed the boat on this one. But yeah, he's a fantastic young player, and I've got I think I can tell sort of where you're going with this, but you've obviously got very high hopes for him. At Scouted we do as well, and I'm sure that in future we'll probably see some Sékou Koïta things on First Time Finish, if I'm not mistaken.